Hello friends, welcome back to a new video on AB coins. The Kennedy half-dollar coin is one of the most well-known and iconic U.S. coins, with a rich history that intertwines with the legacy of President John F. Kennedy and the political and social climate of the early 1960s. The coin was first introduced in 1964, shortly after Kennedy's assassination, as a tribute to his life and leadership. Below is a detailed historical and geographical overview of the Kennedy half-dollar, specifically focusing on the 1971 issue. On November 22, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was tragically assassinated in Dallas, Texas. His death shocked the nation and deeply affected the American public. In the wake of this national tragedy, there was a desire to honor Kennedy's memory in a lasting and meaningful way. In 1964, the U.S. Treasury Department decided to redesign the half-dollar coin, which had previously featured the image of Benjamin Franklin. This decision was made in recognition of Kennedy's leadership and legacy, and it marked the first time that a sitting president was featured on a U.S. coin. The design of the Kennedy half-dollar was created by Gilroy Roberts, who was the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The obverse front of the coin features a profile of President Kennedy, based on a photograph taken by the photographer Yousuf Karsh. This was an iconic image of Kennedy, capturing his youthful and dignified features. The reverse side of the coin was designed by Frank Gasparro, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver at the time, and features the Great Seal of the United States, which depicts an eagle holding an olive branch and arrows. The first Kennedy half-dollar was issued in 1964, and it was met with overwhelming popularity. It was initially struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, reflecting the silver content of previous half-dollar coins. However, the increased cost of silver soon became a financial concern. In 1965, the U.S. government made a significant change to the composition of circulating coinage due to rising silver prices. The silver content in the Kennedy half-dollar was reduced to 40% in 1965, and this continued until 1970. The primary reason for this change was the soaring cost of silver, which made it financially unsustainable to continue minting coins with high silver content. In 1971, however, the composition of the coin was further altered when the Kennedy half-dollar transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition. The coin was made with an inner core of pure copper, sandwiched between two layers of copper-nickel alloy. This shift reflected a broader trend in U.S. coinage at the time, as the U.S. Mint moved to reduce costs and address the shortage of silver. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, therefore, became part of a clad coinage system, meaning it no longer contained any silver, but rather was primarily composed of copper and nickel. The coin's appearance remained largely unchanged, with Kennedy's image still prominently featured on the obverse and the Great Seal of the United States on the reverse. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced both circulation coins and proof sets. The 1971 circulation coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, P, and the Denver Mint, D, while proof coins were produced at the San Francisco Mint, S. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar also became a popular coin among collectors due to its historic significance, as it marked the first year of the new copper-nickel composition. In addition to regular circulation coins, special proof and uncirculated sets were issued by the U.S. Mint for collectors. These sets were sold at a premium and included coins that were struck with special care to create higher quality pieces than those intended for circulation. The U.S. Mint produced a significant number of 1971 Kennedy half-dollars to meet the demand for the coin in both circulation and for collectors. This was the year when the coin's new composition was introduced, and it was issued for regular circulation and also included in proof sets and special collector's items. Kennedy half-dollars were distributed across the United States through the U.S. Mint's normal channels for coinage, including regional Federal Reserve banks. In terms of geography, the production of these coins was centered around the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the majority of circulation coins, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint, responsible for proof coins. The Kennedy half-dollar, like other U.S. coinage, found its way into circulation across the country, including use in everyday transactions, but its popularity among coin collectors ensured that the coins were also hoarded and held in private collections. Over time, Kennedy half-dollars became less common in circulation, as many Americans preferred to hold onto them as keepsakes or invest in them as part of their numismatic collections. By the 1970s and 1980s, the Kennedy half-dollar was less commonly used in regular commerce. The coin was too large and too valuable for most small transactions, and other denominations such as the quarter and dollar bill had become more practical for everyday purchases. However, the coin continued to be produced for collectors, and the design remained unchanged for several decades. While the coin was produced every year from 1964 onward, including the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, its use in general circulation gradually declined. The Kennedy half-dollar continued to be minted in various years, but the coin was largely relegated to a collector's piece rather than a widely circulated form of currency. Today, the Kennedy half-dollar remains a symbol of President John F. Kennedy's enduring legacy. Although it is rarely used in circulation, it is still produced in limited numbers for collectors' sets. The coin continues to be produced in clad form, with a copper-nickel composition, and its design has remained largely unchanged since 1964. The Kennedy half-dollar continues to be issued annually in proof sets and as part of special releases. Despite being rarely used in day-to-day transactions, the coin holds significant value in the numismatic community. Many collectors still seek out rare versions of the Kennedy half-dollar, especially older versions with higher silver content. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar represents a crucial turning point in the history of U.S. coinage. It marked the introduction of a new metal composition and symbolized the U.S. government's efforts to modernize the currency system in the wake of economic challenges. Today, the coin stands as a testament to President Kennedy's legacy, reflecting a time of both political change and economic adaptation. The coin's rich history continues to captivate collectors, and the Kennedy half-dollar remains one of the most beloved and enduring symbols of American coinage.